Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Timberborn in Woodsyville. So I did a bit of reading and confirmed that, sure enough, water can flow off the edge of the map, which would explain why we were not building up much of our reservoir over here. We hit an equilibrium point. So if I'm going to want to have enough water to comfortably survive many droughts to come, we are going to have to set up a district way down over here and build up the dam and get ready to build several layers off in this direction so we can truly build up our reservoir. It's going to be a little while before I can pull that off, though, because we have hit a crisis point. I am quite low on food. We discovered that our population has grown way too quickly in the primary district, and it is probably going to create a bit of a death spiral. The most obvious solution here is to allow a bunch of my beavers to simply die off. Probably not the best way to go, but it is certainly a way to go, and I'm not really going to feel that bad if it does happen. I've had way too many unemployed beavers as it is. Let's go ahead and build a handful more of these inventor huts here, because if they're going to do nothing, I might as well have them do something. That's infinitely better, right? We might as well just go ahead and generate a lot more science. I also am worried about my water generation. It feels like that has been way too low as of late. So we're going to go ahead and uproot some of the potatoes and stuff in this direction, which might seem stupid given the fact that we have been having some issues as far as our water and such, but we'll live with it. Let's place down a platform here, and then one over here, I guess, would be fine, and I can just go ahead and place some water generation over on top of this. Try to get a bit more over there. Anywhere else? Yeah, we could do something kind of similar over here, actually. Let's go ahead and clear this out, and then we will place down some more platforms and so on. Whoops, that's not quite what I meant to do. You can certainly just use your platforms to place things over the river. As long as the water can still flow, it's not like I lose anything out of that arrangement. So we'll use our builders to go ahead and start getting a bit more over there. That'll take care of a lot of my unemployment. But look at this. I've got so much over here. So much. It's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? We can set up some more water dumps, and I think that we should do that. Let's place down a little bit more dynamite somewhere down here in, let's say, the middle like this. We're going to try to blow another hole so I can place down even more farms. We just need a lot of farms. There's no way around it. We need lots and lots and lots of farms to get our food up and a-running. Once we get bread, things will look a lot better. But you can see here that the grist mill doesn't exactly have what we call consistent power generation, which I do consider to be a problem. We can slightly, and I mean slightly, offset that if we were to place down a simple power wheel over this direction, for example. There's not many places I can put this, unfortunately, that we can reach. We've kind of built ourselves into a bit of a tight spot here. But I can, at the very least, build one over here, right? And then we get rid of this sucker. This will be a slightly low priority while we work on the rest. Then we go back to power, and I'm going to turn this into a tri-shaft like so. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll go ahead and get these going. And this allows me to have somebody just run and get a little power in this direction, but let's be honest, it's not going to be much. You want to have a whole bunch of these power wheels. It's only 50 horsepower, dang it. And we need 120? Nah, 60 each. Okay, so we would get like maybe 30%-ish efficiency on both of these suckers just by having one water wheel. But you know what? Or power wheel, I mean to say. But you know what? That's actually better than nothing. And if I've got unemployed beavers with nothing better to do, well, then I suppose that's going to have to be okay. The one good thing that I still take solace in is that we're doing really good on logs. Logs are great. That's not been a problem. It's now just a matter of clearing all the rest of this nonsense out. And please, please, please get my food back under control. By the way, are we not chopping down these trees? No, we are. We're just completely full on storage space, so they stop chopping them. Okay. No, I mean, that's fine, honestly. If we've got more than I know what to do with, then I guess I don't really mind it all that much. Let's go ahead and detonate a bunch of this stuff. I plan on getting rid of this to make space for some more housing. Then we can go ahead and get rid of you, and boom, there we go. Not that I feel like I want more housing over here, because I don't want to encourage these people to make any more babbies. We have too many babbies as it is. I wish you would all stop it. By the way, what's this situation? We apparently don't have enough workers over here? I feel like we should have had enough. Something changed. Let's pull back on one of you so that somebody can go and work on this scavenger. We're just trying to gather up some more. Oh, we're actually having storage issues. Oh, yes, that would be a thing. If we had water over here, I'd consider turning this into a big farming area as well, but we do not have that. What we could do is, once this metal is taken care of, we can go ahead and set up some farming houses and just get a little bit of extra goodies over here. I don't know. These are all things we'll try for, but For now, I'm just trying to deal with one crisis at a time. At least my water production looks like it's starting to improve, even though we haven't finished building all of this stuff yet. Let's go ahead and get a water pump right over... Why can't I build it here? Oh, right. I have to rotate it. There we go. Here and one over here. There we go. And then place one here and over here once you are done. And this will at least get me a reasonable bit of extra water. It's not a ton, but it's something. Oh, we do have our first crop of wheat coming out. Okay, excellent. So we are starting to grind that down into some wheat flour, so that's now doing a thing as long as these windmills are working, or at least somebody is slowly walking. Come on, you can step that up a little bit, can't you? Anyway, so that's all going to get delivered over here to the bakery, which means we are now starting to produce a very, very small amount of bread, but it can only go up from here, am I right? And what is bread going to do for the average beaver? I do not recall. Bread is worth carrying speed. I mean, that's not bad. It's not a bad thing at all. It's nice having lots of carrying speed. Lots of carrying speed is a great thing. Very thrilled about that arrangement. We appear to not have any farmers working over here. Do I still need more farmers? Might very well be the case. I need more farmers, but I do agree that planting down more wheat is absolutely the priority. Starting to get somewhere on water, starting to get somewhere on food. We just have several more days of drought to worry about, which is why I've had to stop all power. We're simply not stacking up enough water in the big reservoir for me to feel comfortable lasting for more than, let's say, 9 days of drought, and that's with me not draining anything more than I absolutely have to. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. I am having my beavers walk a very long way to drop off some resources over here at district number 4. And once they've got that done, they start building up some stairs. They can work over here. We can start building up this levee. This is priority number 1 above anything else. If we can just get that going, I'll be in a really, really good spot. Getting, of course, to have some extra beavers available to go and live off in that direction, but that's fine. We've got some homeless beavers at the moment. In fact, I would send them over right now if I thought that I could get away with it. I just don't think we have any food stored over here yet. Take it back. We got some carrots and stuff. Okay, we can go ahead and have them work on that for at least a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab 3 beavers. Just for now, 3. Just for now. 3 beavers, we're going to move over here. There we go. And that'll take care of that arrangement. And then, because I know I've created a bit of an unemployment issue, let's go to this distribution point and just reduce the number of people there, and that takes care of that. Okay, so some people are going to go over here. We can have them build up their houses and use the logs to get some storage and stuff. And temporarily, we are going to build up a lumberjack hut right here just to get a more localized source of logs so that we can build the rest of this stuff up a little bit faster. I'm going to go ahead and say that this stuff is all actually a fairly low priority. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I did say that the levee is the number 1 priority, but I take that back. The number 1 priority is getting you all alive over here. Then I want you to work on the levee, okay? Now, while we're working on all of that, something I know that I do want to get is some pine resin, because it's going to take us a while to store up enough of that to really get a lot of these specialized planks. For that, though, we need a tapper's shack. So this is someone whose entire job is going to be to gather up some either pine resin or maple syrup if we had those kinds of trees set down. So let's go ahead and build up a tapper's shack. This does take some logs, planks, and gears. I think we'll be able to deliver that from the builder's huts that I currently have set up. I'm pretty sure, so that's going to be fine. How are we doing in this district? We're definitely chopping down plenty more of these. I think we're going to go ahead and pause one of these lumberjacks, have someone else work over here, and start working on other things, like warehouses. How about maybe get a single house built up? Anything along those lines. How are we doing on resources? Not much in the way of logs over here, but that's because they should be all getting delivered over here, right? No, we've only got 4. Have we just used all of them up? Where are all my beavers? Wait a minute, I'm confused. I see only the 1. Because we only have 1. What the heck? Did the other 2 beavers freaking die of old age? That might actually have happened. I'm not too sure, but okay. Well, that's going to be a bit awkward. Let us migrate a couple more to replace them. I'm sure it'll be fine. Do we have a tapper's shack? Yes, we do. Okay, so this one person... there we go. You can see that the resin has built up on these pine trees, but some have already been harvested. Excellent. All right. So now, technically, this little tiny colony has some sort of a trade good, at least something that we will be able to send back to the main base when I do want to expand that industry, though admittedly, it's going to be a while before I think that's worth my time. Good lord, I think 2 more beavers already died again. I did check this just briefly for a moment. I didn't show it, but I should have. The 2 beavers were like 94 years old. So, I mean, that's a pretty dang long life for a beaver. I'm quite impressed with it, but yeah, that's probably part of the issue. We'll go ahead and transfer a few more over there. Good lord, keeping on top of all this is getting to be a bit of a pain. I am barely sustaining my water level in this area. Most of these crops that I care about seem to be fine, and the trees are all okay. We've got at least a few more days before they die, and, well, we got a little bit of time before this drought comes away. So, yeah, I don't know. We're coming right down to the edge. I'm watching this water level going down, 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 and it scares me a little bit. It does scare me. Though, remember, just because we don't have as much water in this area as we would like doesn't mean we don't have water down over here, where it is a little bit deeper. So I think we can still survive, even if we just have to have a small little channel of water like this. But, yeah, I mean, if the droughts get much worse, we got nothing, guys. We're going to be in a heck of a lot of trouble. A heck of a lot of trouble. Oh, boy. Yep. All right. Water level just went down. We're now down to this river. Just barely in time. We are going to end up being okay. But, yeah. Water level dropped quite a bit down over here. I filled this up as much as I could so we could go ahead and get the water flowing back down this area and save some of these plants as quick as we can because we only got a day left. But yikes. Yikes, dude. We cannot survive another nasty drought like that. I absolutely have got to get this dang levee built up. For that to work, we need a lot more logs, which, well, unfortunately, it seems that we are very, very slow at delivering all of a sudden. What the heck am I supposed to do about that? Well, if we can get some extra unemployed workers, you send more over here to the distribution. Distribution limits. I want to make sure that we are delivering enough logs. This area, by the way, is at least temporarily a very workable location. We can try to set these up real quick if we want to, and maybe chop down a few extra trees off in this area, which would be kind of cool. We have some cattails, apparently, that are exposed, and we can now harvest them. That's the first round of cattails we've had so far. Let's see. We have a few too many workers over this area. We only need one over here. This guy is going to have a district, it's a route, to drop off resources over at the main district, and I want the cattail roots to be delivered, all of them basically, and of course I want the pine resin as well. So this is more of a long-term play. It's not like we need this anytime soon. It's just we can go ahead and start transferring some resources, and maybe at some point that ends up being helpful. And now we're reaching a point where these lumberjacks are going to be used up. Oh, BKB. Nothing we can do here. Go ahead and turn them off for a bit. It's fun while it lasted. We're still getting nowhere near enough power over here by the smelters as well as the bakery. And of course, this bakery is crucial if we want to be getting our bread baked up in a reasonable fashion. So I went ahead and researched the large windmill, which can presumably provide about 400 horsepower if the wind is looking really good. Maybe. So this thing's now set up. All of a sudden, we have way more power than I need over here, which is beautimous. I should now be able to go ahead and place down, not a beehive, sorry, wrong thing, another bakery, there it is. Why is this not allowed to be placed here? Oh, because the windmill will get messed up, won't it? Yeah. Whatever, fine. We'll be able to place those in other locations, though. The idea is now we should have enough power to at least start consistently making the bread as fast as possible. At least I hope we can. Because my poor little beavers are eating up bread way faster than I can produce it. So I'm looking for more methods of building this up. Actually, here's a question. If I place this extra bakery right over here, can I possibly build a platform between these and then actually continue the power like this? Does this work? I got a bad feeling that it won't. I don't know if that's the case, but we're gonna try it real quick, and let's just see if it's possible to move power between buildings like this. Because that would be very convenient if so. Yes, actually, you totally can do that. Oh! Okay, so now we have more bakeries going. By the way, I did decide to go ahead and let the floodwaters out a little bit faster over here, which has greatly increased my power production. Since we have reached that equilibrium point, you can see here we were about 1.05-ish, now we're 1.01. No sense in letting the water go to waste off the edge of the map. We'll just go ahead and get some extra power for at least the foreseeable future. Making some progress on this levee. It's taken a while, and for some reason we keep sending our old and infirm beavers over into District 4, so they die off too quickly, but whatever. We're getting there. We're making progress. Okay, here comes the moment of truth. We are going to finally plug up this gap, and there it goes. All right. So we have currently the dam set open to what was previously just enough to keep us at equilibrium. We should see that, yes, indeed, the flow is starting to go up. All right, there goes the water level. Not very quickly, mind you. We could probably improve that a little bit if we were to raise up the dam just a smidge here. I might raise it up just a little bit more. Of course, we are losing some power by doing this, but I'm just trying to reduce the outflow a little bit so we can start building this up. Because remember, now we actually can have a huge amount of extra water, which will be saved up for the droughts. This is how I'm going to survive. But this is now already going to be a new personal record as far as the water level in this area. So it is working exactly as I intended. It is, in fact, working. Beautiful. All right, that took forever. I've been recording for like an hour at this point. Notice, by the way, we're looking great on food. Carrots are clearly going to be the saving grace here. They grow very, very rapidly. Actually, mostly because the beavers are not prioritizing eating carrots. They would rather eat, like, literally anything else. We have a pretty good amount of bread storing up as well, which is just awesome. Maybe we can go ahead and start grinding down some cattail flour instead. We should have cattails somewhere, right? Yeah, there we go. Not very many, 66. It's not a lot, but it's something. I actually had to get rid of my cattail farm down here because, well, they all died. Once the water level got high enough, they all drowned, so... ideally, what we will have to do at some point is set up an area with just enough shallow water that we will be able to maintain some cattails. Heck, I might even be able to do that over here at some point. I don't know. Regardless, I feel like only now we are reaching an even footing where I actually am going to be able to survive the oncoming droughts, and it's all because of this gigantic levee. So literally everything up to this point is going to be great. Here's the one major danger that I can see. We could find ourselves very rapidly in a situation where the water rises so high that it goes over this level, right, and starts flooding all of this area. It could go over the walls and flood everything downstream. That could be a problem. What I may want to consider doing, just to be safe, is maybe set up a floodgate over here, right? And it'll function as a relief valve. For the most part, we are expecting that I can keep that closed. I don't anticipate needing that anytime soon. But if we do run into an issue, we can have at least something that kind of functions like a little out spigot. Send the water off to the edge of the map if we need to. Hopefully, we never actually end up needing the relief valve. Instead, I'd rather go ahead and start creating a little channel of water down here and let the water flow down over in this direction, and this could become a new cattail farming area or something. I'm not too sure, but regardless, at least we're in a better spot now. Okay, what else do we want to do? Well, we can go ahead and learn about this beautiful thing called the carousel. That could be fun. There's also some additional decorations we could go for. Scarecrows, does it actually do anything? It says it's meant to scare birds, but it doesn't mean it actually does anything. Actually, if there's anything I'm suffering for right now, it's probably just science. What if we went ahead and got a labor monument set up? It costs 1,000 science, but we're going to do it. It is a 2x2. Oh, you know what that means. It means it's time to go ahead and get rid of this statue and this roof in favor of a much better statue that is going to cover this entire area, especially where everyone is currently residing. What does this cost me? Just 200 logs. That's, like, easy at this point. That should be really easy. And what is that monument going to end up doing for me when we get it? 25% working speed for everybody. That's really good, I feel like. That's got to be really good. Okay, cool. Let's get our first monument up and running. Okay, here comes the droughts. Amazingly, it's only 5 days this time around. That's actually easier than I might have expected. All right. Stream gauge is reporting that we got up to about 1.82 for our water level. That is so much better than the 1.05 we had before. All right, let's go ahead and let some of this water out, and as long as we keep this down to a relatively modest trickle, I am pretty sure we can easily survive at least 12 days of drought with our current water reservoir. And if I can keep building out this levee, which I'm trying to do once this floodgate is built up, and this is only a triple size just for future-proofing, by the way, I am hoping that we'll be able to start building this up even higher if I so desire. But it's going to be more of a long-term project trying to turn this entire area into one gigantic basin. It's doable, This is just gonna be very expensive. It's gonna be very time consuming, but you know what? It's okay, because we've got time now. I've got plenty of food, I got plenty of water. Our logs are coming in. We're starting to get all of the materials. The only thing I seem to be struggling to get at this point is actually some books, believe it or not. I do seem to be struggling to get some books going. But aside from that, all of the resources are coming through. Oh, good lord. All right. It took a video, but we've got our footing back underneath us. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, even though it may end up being a bit short. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.